So here's the task for you. You are an owner of a fictitious sport and active leisure business. Now that can be any type of business within the sport and active leisure industry. You could go from sole trader all the way through to the owner of a multinational organisation. But what I want you to do is identify what type of business it is, what size it is, so how many employees do you have, what scope does the business have, and remind yourself what scope means, who are your stakeholders, what is your employee structure, what do you have a separate HR department, do you have a separate marketing department, and what I want to know as well is what roles and positions of responsibility do your employees have, and who is your target market, who is your specific demographic that you are targeting your service, your business towards, and how do you reach that target market, how do you reach that demographic, what type of employment model do you have? So by that I mean, do you have all your employees full-time? Are some part-time? Are some temporary? Are they all permanent? Do you have seasonal workers? Explain to me about how that structure works. I also want to know about finance. I want to know how much money you make, how much profit you make. I want to know what your outgoing costs are. I want to know how you work on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, and annual basis in terms of profit that you make. And as I said there, I want to know what your costs are, your fixed costs, your operational costs, your variable costs. Explain to me what those are. Remember, this is all fictitious, so you can make this up. I want to know what your competition is. Do you have any competition? What's your competition? And are you aware of what their strengths are and what your weaknesses are? So I'd like you to think about some kind of SWOT analysis. And then lastly, I'd like you to identify trends, possible trends in the market that you might be able to capitalize on. So can you identify trends, and then what could you add to your provision? What could you add to your service to meet the needs of your customers? So quite a bit to do there. Use the structured documentation that I've given you. Please fill that out with plenty of detail. You need to take some time to think about this, but let's make sure we give lots and lots of detail.